That's a lot of marketing words. Pearlescentness. Hi there, my name's Alana, and today I have another piece from Charlotte Tilbury's holiday collection to share with you today. That is her brand new Celestial Pearl palette. Now, if you're interested in her larger palette for holidays, I have a review of that up. I'm gonna leave it linked down below, but today, again, we are talking about the Celestial Pearl palette. Now, this palette retails for 70 Canadian dollars, which is $4 more than the usual 66. So I wanted to share first why this palette really intrigued me. It's described as a luxury palette of pearls. Now, last holiday, she did have her luxury palette of pops, and I am not really a big fan of the pop formula in really any of Charlotte's shadows other than Fire Rose. That one's just iconic. I'm not really a fan of the pop formula. I did pick up both of these palettes actually in the last couple of months just as a great deal on Poshmark, and as a bit of a Charlotte Tilbury connoisseur, I like to have, the full collection so that way I can do comparison swatches. So I did recently pick those up, but I didn't get them last holiday because palette of pops, it just does not interest me, mostly because, like I said, pops are my least favorite thing in Charlotte's shadows. Actually, one of the things I really love about the 12 pan shadow that she does in the longer pan, one, I love the formula in that, but two, it doesn't have the pops. What interested me is that this was described as a palette of pearls. So to me, that says a new formula from Charlotte. Now, when I looked at this palette, again, this right here, as I open it up, so this is Celestial Pearl. And immediately when I saw it in the pan, my mind only went to one place, and that was actually Star Aura, which is a palette that was released just after Christmas last year. And so I kind of thought, is the palette of pearls, is that basically, the Star Aura formula, the kind of the Flawless Filter Eye formula, plus palette of pops, maybe put them in a blender and add some pearls and you've got something really pretty? I don't know. So what we are going to be doing today is doing my makeup. We're gonna do this look, we're gonna take a look at the swatches, and then I'm gonna share my thoughts on how it compares to the palette of pops and how it compares to the Flawless Filter formula, because I suspect that it's kind of like those two had a baby. So let's get into it. Just look at how pretty that gold and mother of pearl look is. So off the bat, the outer packaging is different from her standard packaging. And this is probably the furthest off the standard packaging she's gone. So this was last year's holiday packaging. See that in focus? There we go. That's Fire Rose, but all of her holiday packaging came like that last year. This was the Flawless Filter packaging, and this is this holiday, and it is so pretty. So right off the bat, it really does remind me of Star Aura, which came out last year just after Christmas. What I'm expecting out of this palette is that it's going to be a very soft wash of sort of shimmering golds and rose golds. So let's get started. So on my lid already, I have MAC's Paint Pot in Painterly. So the shades go Prime, Enhance, Smoke, and Pop. So I'm going to start with putting Prime all over my lid. So the Prime shade is a really pretty, soft, sparkly pink. Okay, we're going to be going in with Enhance, which is this gold shade here. And I typically use Enhance as sort of the start of the crease. So I'm going to be very interested to see how this looks, because normally the shade is darker. And this isn't really darker, it's just more sparkly and gold. So now we're gonna go in with Smoke over here, build out our crease, and this appears, at least in the pan, to be a bit of a copper. And then finally, we are going to use the Pop shade, which is this gold glitter all over the lid. I think I'm actually gonna use my finger for that. And then I'm just gonna grab a clean blending brush to kind of blend it all in. So here we've got a good look at the swatches. First we have Celestial Pearl, then Star Aura, and then finally we have Celestial Eyes from last holiday. And so far my theory about the Flawless Filter formula, which we know has pearl in it, and the luxury palette of pop formula, it's kind of holding up. The color story in Celestial Pearl is really similar to the Flawless Filter Star Aura. just a touch more gold. You can sort of see those first two shades have a lot in common. Yeah, you can sort of see that gold and the pink have a fair bit in common. It's just softer in the Star Aura palette. Okay, so we've had a chance to look at the formulas, we've looked at the swatches, and I have to say that I really do think that my theory stands true, and that is that the Palette of Pearls formula is really just like the Palette of Pops and the Flawless Filter formula coming together to be a beautiful, pearlescent, shimmery look. Now I will say that when I was doing this look, at first I'm like, that is a lot of shimmer, but I really feel like it has come together really, really nicely on the eye. In this palette, there are two shadows that for me are the knockouts. One is the prime shade, which is that beautiful soft pink, and two is actually this brown here that I used to deepen up the crease. I was so impressed by that. So let's chat a little bit about the formula and some of Charlotte's claims. Layer the shades to create a multi-dimensional eyeshadow look that lights up your eyes with a pearlescent, iridescent makeup magic. The shimmering palette of 4 color-coded shimmering eye gliding shades from blush pink to duochrome pink gold to bronze brown to a pearlescent gold is the secret to creating a glowing iridescent gaze. Each of the shades are enriched with the magic ingredients for effortless application. Okay, that's a lot of marketing words. Let's just, okay, so the key things really are that the pearlized pigments in the prime shade provide rich color effects, sparkle, and luster. I definitely think that's true. When I put it on, I was so impressed by just that shade on its own, let alone adding things to it. And I really do think that that pearlescent, I'm gonna say the pearlescentness of that shadow, I think really helps all the other shades dance on top of it and really brightens them up and just adds that next level dimension. So I definitely agree with that one. Shimmering powder in all 4 shades give them a rich, luxurious texture to impart a gorgeous glow. Glossy Ester in the rose gold pop shade helps build the color intensity and brightness, while light reflecting pearls help cater light giving an iridescent multi-dimensional effect. That's a lot of words. Okay, so honestly, and this is kind of consistent for me across the board, I didn't really love the pop shade. I think it's pretty, it had a pretty shimmer, it didn't really apply very well with the brush, and even when I used my finger it was really hard to build it up. And I understand that the pop shades generally have more of a translucent kind of base, like it really is just a bit of sparkle, but to me, I think this palette without the pop shade has enough sparkle to look really, really pretty. So I think if I was going to use this again, I mean, I am going to use it again, I own it, but I think that next time I use it, I'm going to skip the pop shade and actually just focus more of the prime and the enhanced shade on my lid. I just think for me, that's a little bit more what I'd prefer, but overall, like I am really, really into this. It is a really pretty, really just multi-dimensional, light, soft, iridescent kind of look, and that's actually what I really liked about the Flawless Filter collection. The Flawless Filter collection wasn't super pigmented, but it brightened up your face, it brightened up your eyes, it provided just like a wash of just beautiful sort of shade and light that to me just really opens up the eyes. I think that this is a very Charlotte look. I mean, it's pink and it's shimmery and it makes your eyes look open and wide and pretty and awake, and I mean, if that's not Charlotte Tilbury's eyeshadow looks, then I don't know what is. And let me tell you, I know a thing or two about Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows. By the way, I'm gonna leave a video linked down below that's a ranking of all 22 of my Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palettes and quads. Now, I did this video last winter, so my collection has regretfully grown, but you know, you'll get a sense of a lot of her formulas down in there. Overall, I think that this is a pretty formula. I do like this a lot more than the Palette of Pops. For me, the Palette of Pops, it's just like, those are more companion palettes. And what I'm really looking for in an eyeshadow quad is just everything I need for a one and done look. I think this is really, really pretty. Do I think it's gonna be as iconic as Fire Rose was last year? No. Are people still bitter that they can't get their hands on Fire Rose? Yes. Would I love to see her re-release it? Absolutely. Next week I will be going to a press event where we're going to be taking a look at the entire Charlotte Tilbury launch. Regretfully, it is on Zoom, but I will be definitely reporting back to you guys on what's coming out in her holiday collection, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, anyways, overall I think that the Palette of Pearls is better than the Palette of Pops, but ultimately I still think that the Flawless Filter, specifically if you have a complexion like mine, Star Aura, I think is a better pick. But if you're looking for something fun and sparkly for the holidays, I mean, you're not gonna not enjoy it, you know, like it's Charlotte Tilbury making something sparkly and pink. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I am so excited to see everything else that Charlotte comes out with for her holiday collection. I know we're starting to see Pat McGrath's holiday collection peeking through. I just ordered that palette. So anyways, I'm excited. I love holiday makeup. I love holiday collections. It's like, I love it, okay? So I'm very excited to see those. Again, thank you for watching. If you love Charlotte Tilbury, if you love luxury makeup, luxury handbags, if that's your thing, if you like pink and sparkly, I'm probably your girl. So definitely subscribe and I will see you soon. Bye. Mwah.